Hi guys, welcome to Placeaholic. Today we'd like to show you the 20 best places to live in Missouri. Missouri is definitely a nice place to move to, but at the same time we can definitely understand if you are not that interested in moving to the Show Me State, since it does have a pretty bad reputation for how many crime-riddled cities it has. On top of that, most of the places here don't do all that well when it comes to diversity, and the pollution is quite bad, on top of the general health of the people living here. But, the beautiful thing about Missouri is that while it is not perfect, it does also have more than a handful of places that you're sure to love living in, while also having a very good reputation for old world values and of course, its cultural and historic significance. For example, did you know that Mark Twain was born here? And did you know that Missouri has a ton of amazing landscapes for you to explore and of course, an absolutely stunning shoreline to numerous superb lakes? That's just the tip of the iceberg, as Missouri has a lot more to offer than meets the eye. So, if you want to find out more, keep on reading because today, we decided to bring you a brand new list of the top 20 best places you could live in Missouri, starting off with 20. Rock Hill. Rock Hill is, in all honesty, one of the best places to take advantage of the thrills and spills of Street Louie, without having to go through the big city's numerous disadvantages, like traffic, noise or a relatively high cost of living. It offers excellent highway access, which makes life here very easy, because people living in Rock Hill can always find jobs and enjoy the amenities of the nearby big city, still calling this small and cozy town home. On top of that, the people here are known for being very friendly and accepting, and the crime rate is as you'd expect from such a small and secluded place. 19. Hi-Pointe. Speaking of Street Louie, Hi-Pointe is known for being one of the safest and cleanest neighborhoods in the city, a place where 2,196 people currently live. The public school system is also worth mentioning here, as Hi-Pointe definitely earns its spot on our list simply due to having so many options for you to choose from, while also staying within the budget option category. What's even more interesting is that the people here have an incredibly high median income of $129,657, so it's no wonder that the job market is also thriving as we speak, and let's not gloss over the fact that the architecture here is pretty nice as well. 18. Maryland Heights. Maryland Heights is yet another excellent option for you to consider if you're a fan of that small town feel while also living really close to the gateway city. It can be found 20 miles northwest of Street Louie, being one of the largest suburbs you'll find in the metro. But the city also has a very strong economy that was built on the back of the local market. The public school system is worth mentioning as well, and we can't forget about the fact that you can get your hands on a pretty massive 3-bedroom mansion for as little as $151,800. With all this combined, it's not difficult to see why Maryland Heights ranks so high up on most lists as one of the best places to live in Missouri. 17. St. Charles. You can find the fairly large town of St. Charles just a few minutes outside St. Louis, in the county that shares the same name. It is known for being the location from where Lewis and Clark's expedition started back in 1804, and as such it is known as a very historically significant place to visit. Nowadays, however, the town perfectly combines its superb old appeal with the modern-day charm. St. Charles also has more than its fair share of outdoor attractions, while also not missing out in the shopping department, as there are plenty of places to check out if you feel like your wallet's getting a bit too heavy. On top of all of that, St. Charles has one of the lowest crime rates in the state and a very low cost of living. 16. Parkville. Parkville is the perfect example of the saying great things come in small packages, since even though it is a fairly small place to live in, it still comes jam-packed with a lot of advantages that most big cities would love to have. For example, Parkville has a lot of top-rated schools, more than a few social and cultural events that take place all year round, and of course, some of the most charming-looking parks you'll ever see, hence the name probably. Besides all that, you'll also be happy to hear that most of the families bring home around $120,333 per year, which is all thanks to how strong its economy and job market is. 15. Branson. One of the main reasons why you'd want to live here is the fact that you'll be able to take full advantage of the city's low taxes. And another reason why Branson is listed here is because the cost of living in town is 6% lower than the national average. On top of that, there are a ton of job opportunities for you to look into, with the market spreading as far as crafts, food manufacturing, restaurants, healthcare services and more. The Branson Police Department is also known for being very active when it comes to protecting and defending its citizens, and we can't forget about the fact that while living here, you will also get access to a ton of modern amenities. 14. Liberty. Liberty is like a jack of all trades, as it is everything you could ever ask for and more. One of the first things you'll notice here is the Jesse James Bank Museum, which is the place where the very first peaceful bank robbery took place. On top of that, Liberty is also part of the greater metro area of Kansas City, and it's just 20 miles away from the big city center, which is why most of the residents here can take full advantage of the many top-level amenities and activities of the larger city. The cost of living is also very low and the quality of life is up there, making Liberty one of the best deals you could make. 13. Lee's Summit. If you're more interested in that big city vibe though, look no further than Lee's Summit, another city that's like a suburb of Kansas City, but it's a big place on its own, home to 102,781 people as we speak. It is actually the 5th largest city in the state when it comes to its population alone, and even though it is really close to the biggest city in the state, it is still worth looking into as its very own attraction. Housing is also very affordable here, as you can expect to get your hands on a pretty large place for around $191,300 on average. Rent usually revolves around the $1,000 mark too, so if you're looking for something less permanent, Lee's Summit will fit that bill for you. 12. Chesterfield. Chesterfield is one of the top choices for single professionals looking to focus on their careers. If you want to go all in on your social status, this is the right place for you, as it has a lot of excellent job opportunities while also being relatively affordable. But Chesterfield isn't limited to singles only, as it is also a great place to raise a family in, thanks to the multitude of public schools alongside the overall safety of the place. There are also loads of fitness centers, a business center, and you can even find a mall right next to it, for those moments when you want to do some shopping. It's one of the most sought after suburbs in Street Louis after all. 11. Creve Coeur. With a total population of 18,660 people, Creve Coeur might not be the largest town in Street Louis County, but it may very well be one of the best ones you'll see. It has a very diverse and friendly community living here, a wide range of amenities, some of the best schools in the state, and an average income of $101,462 per household. The crime rate here is also especially low, and we can't forget about the fact that the nightlife is always going crazy here. 10. Clarkson Valley. Another charming small town from Street Louis country, Clarkson Valley is commonly referred to as one of the best places in the state for you to retire, and for good reason too. Its streets are very safe and clean, and they have more than enough amenities, which can ensure the fact that you'll never run out of things to do or see. Clarkson Valley also has a pretty wide range of parks and green spots, and the houses here are beyond gorgeous. The only real downside to Clarkson Valley is the enormous home prices, as they usually range around the $614,400 mark. The median income here is also quite high though, offsetting that huge home value by giving its residents a total income of at least $166,200 per year. 9. Town and Country. Living here may be a bit hard to explain to others, as the name of this town alone is enough to cause a brain aneurysm, but if you do end up here, you'll be more than happy with the services you'll get. Housing isn't going to do you any favors though, as most 3-bedroom homes here will cost around $693,000 or so, but let's just say that alone shouldn't deter you completely from moving in Town and Country. Most people would argue that Town and County is actually one of the best investments you could make, as you'll get access to first-rate schools, stunning parks, and a very good job market that will make sure you never have to stay too long between jobs. Most people here also bring home around $164,649 per year too, making this one of the best places to live in, as long as you can afford that initial investment. 8. Wildwood. Wildwood, as the name implies, is any nature lover's dream come true, thanks to its huge range of parks, biking paths and walking trails. But that's not all, as Wildwood also has more than its fair share of attractions for indoor lovers, including a ton of shopping outlets, cinemas and restaurants. The schools here are also amazing and the low crime rate is always nice to see. Most families also bring home around $130,107 per year too, making this a great option for anyone looking to relocate somewhere green. 7. Ballwin. A southwestern suburb of St. Louis, Ballwin is just a great option for you to consider if you like the idea of living in a laid-back town with affordable housing, low crime, poverty and unemployment rates and an above-average median income of around $88,913 per household. On top of that, Ballwin also has a very friendly and diverse community, a lot of parks and recreational spots, and we can't forget about the amazing public school system which will make sure that your child's future is set. 6. Columbia. Columbia is a city name that can be probably found in any state, but very few of them are as popular to live in as their Missourian counterpart. With a total population of around 126,853 residents as we speak, this city makes its way on our list for having affordable housing, on top of also having a very strong local economy and culture. In fact, most homes here will cost you around $176,900, which in itself is a great deal considering just how many fabulous shops, music venues and diners you'll get access to. If you are an outdoor lover, you'll also love it here as Columbia is the home of the Market Trail, which is oftentimes cited as one of the best urban trails in the world. Did we mention the fact that here you'll also find the acclaimed University of Missouri? Mizzou offers the 12th best value among all national public universities in the U.S., according to recent rankings. 5. Kirkwood. Kirkwood is known as the Queen of the St. Louis suburbs, and it definitely lives up to that name, thanks to its top-of-the-line schools, high median incomes and the overall safety factor that it promises. On top of that, it also has one of the best dining and shopping scenes in the county, and a very powerful farmers market, that is known to bring up the economy of the place by quite a lot. You'll also enjoy your time here during winter, as this is when some of the most beautiful fireworks shows take place. Home prices are also a bit on the lower end, as you can expect to get your hands on a very good property for around $249,100 only. 4. Ozark. Ozark is a charming mid-sized town from the Christian County that's currently home to around 21,800 people. It gets its name from the famous Ozark Mountains, and it is famous for its golf courses, fishing opportunities and more. Homes here are also undervalued, as you can get your hands on a very good property for as little as $167,000 or so, and if you prefer to take it slow and check the place out first, you can also just start renting a place for around $1,050 a month. Some people might think that Ozark sits right next to the Lake of the Ozarks, but that's around 100 miles away. 3. Glendale. With a total population of just above 6,000 residents, Glendale swoops over most of the other places here in Missouri, almost taking the first place all for itself. But that's not without merit, as living here in Glendale is anything but unpleasant. We're talking about maybe the best standard of living in the state, while also having homes around the affordable mark, barely surpassing $334,500 per average. Renting a place here is not cheap though, as you can expect to have to shell out around $1,750 per month, but do keep in mind that you also get the elevated quality of life that most other places dream of having. Most families also bring home around $120,653 per year, which is all thanks to the incredibly thriving and diverse job market here in Glendale. 2. Kansas City. Kansas City takes the lead though as the second best place to live in if you decide to move to Missouri. Our reasoning is simple: it is just one of the most beautiful places in the state. It perfectly combines the old world architecture with newly designed contemporary buildings, giving the whole place a very unique vibe that you won't find anywhere else. Because of how much is happening here, as many as 7,000 job openings were reported, as the development of the city's new entertainment area started to take place. So, if you want to live in one of the most gorgeous and safe places in the state, Kansas City will more than fit your needs. 1. Clayton. You've probably noticed that we didn't include St. Louis by itself in this list, but it somehow got its mark on the map through some of its amazing suburbs. Our number one spot is taken by none other than Clayton, and this should come to no surprise considering the fact that it is considered to be one of the best suburbs in the U.S. It has a total population of 16,900 people, and while living here is definitely quite costly, with most homes holding an average price tag of $597,700, you will eventually make your money back, thanks to the high median income of $93,009 per year. On top of that, what else can we say about Clayton that hasn't been said by everyone else by now? It is just standing there at the top of the food chain, with some of the best schools in the state, some of the lowest crime and unemployment rates and more than enough amenities to last you a lifetime. Missouri may not have the best reputation all around, but we can assure you that choosing to move into any of these places on this list will please you. They are all safe, clean and for the most part, affordable, and even though you do have the occasional expensive place such as Clayton, you can always just opt for a more affordable option and not miss out on too much if your budget can't support it. For more interesting places to live in, check out Missouri's neighboring states, Arkansas, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Nebraska, Oklahoma and Tennessee. Yes, Missouri and Tennessee share their borders with a record 8 states. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to click that like button, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.